Hey everyone, welcome back to the OJSeez, the Jazz Tourist. It has been how long? It has been months, absolutely months since I have taken you on a jazz record store walk. I've been spending a lot of time working on a film and I don't know, just working. I haven't been traveling as much. That's I guess one of the main reasons why you haven't seen me walking the streets of various cities, pointing out all the great record stores. So something a little different, something the same, something different. I've been planning on going to the east end of Toronto, the city where I live, the largest city in Canada, the capital of the province of Ontario. For those of you not in the know, and yeah, so I've been planning to check out a bunch of stores on the east side of town. So let me pull up my map. Um, let's make it bigger, shall we? Yeah. So I've been busy. So I just finished teaching. So I thought, okay, maybe now's a good time to kind of do a little road trip, a staycation. What's like the record buying version of a staycation? It's let's not go there. Anyway, let's make that a little bit bigger. Hang on. There we go. All right. Well, let's zoom out here. Okay, those of you, this is Buffalo down here. These are our American friends down here. We love our American friends. And we're just located here on the north. What's that? The northwest corner of Lake Ontario. And as you can see, well, hopefully those of you who've seen some of my videos dating back a year or two are kind of used to the zooming in and out of Google Maps. And as you can see, I've been kind of tagging the city like crazy with most of my favorite restaurants and bars, and kind of within here too. You can also find some record stores. Let's see, and if you want to check out my other videos, you'll see that I have a jazz record store walk of the west end of Toronto. Okay, so this is a downtown core of Toronto. You can see, given all the number of places that I've been to, and the restaurants and pubs and what have you. But let's just kind of move over, shall we, past downtown or Old Toronto here, Cabbage Town. And you'll see here there's a highway called the Don Valley Parkway. And that's what really separates the downtown and the west side of Toronto to this kind of eastern edge of the city. Okay, so let's just move over here. One of the main thoroughfares of the east side of Toronto is called the Danforth. You can just see it coming into focus here. Well, you did. There we go, Danforth Avenue. And I think I talked about Cops Records before. They have a store down on Queen Street, and these guys have moved a couple times. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. So this is my plan, right? I'm gonna head over. What, probably next weekend, I think, or maybe next Friday, a week from tomorrow, and check out a number of stores that I'm going to talk about today. But I won't go to Cops because I've already been to Cops a whole bunch of times. So this is really like a record store drive of places that I haven't been. I'm still kind of telling you what this damn video is all about. Anyway, Cops is a great record store. It's right next to Broadview, but I'm not going to stop there because I've been there before. But just around the corner from the Only Cafe, which is a great pub, again on the number 2 subway line here in Toronto. Get off at Donlands here, drop in, have a nice pint of Ontario brewed beer, and then there's a few of these stores here in Toronto. I don't know if it's the same in other cities, but Toronto likes their kind of mix of kind of books, as you can see, books and music. And this is called Circus Books and Music. And I've been in here once or twice, but I probably haven't been for, I don't know how long, 3 or 4 years. And let me see if we can find this. Okay, there we go. There's a Let me, can we pull that up, folks? Anyway, that's a little bit better, isn't it? Here we go. You can see that there's a space here in the middle. Actually, these are the CDs. There's a space here in the middle where all the vinyl is, and you're kind of surrounded. And sometimes it's great. Again, like any small record store, it really depends on what they've just bought. Really depends on what people have been bringing in. But I tend to find a lot of really good deals in these kind of, again, mixed hybrid used bookstores, used record stores. There's a couple within walking distance of me, and this Circus Books and Music has delivered in the past. So I think I'll probably start my jazz record store drive at Circus Books. By the way, as I go through these, yeah, feel free to drop a comment below if you know the East End of Toronto and you want to add anything to what I'm saying, because a lot of these places, to be honest, I haven't been to, or I haven't been to like Circus for many, many years. So I'm anticipating this is going to be one of those hit or likely more miss day out. Okay, what do we got next? So just again, further down on the Danforth here in the East End of Toronto, you can get off at Coxwell, excuse me, subway station, and there's a record store here called what, Foothark or Futhark. Let's go with that. But wow, they've got they're ranked 5 out of 5 by 53 people. Let's go check out Futhark. That was really awful. Yeah, it looks pretty exciting, doesn't it? I can see why it's 5 out of 5. There's no parking there. Okay, all right. We can see what's going on already. You can see lots of posters in the background with death on it. So Futhark Records, that probably means something, right, to people who in the know, who like really hardcore loud driving music. I'm gonna give Futhark a pass, so I don't know why I highlighted that. Okay, let's keep on going down Danforth. Here's where I bought my car, or leased my car, Toronto Kia. There's a great guitar store here, and I think I'm going to take my guitar in and try to sell it. Anyway, that's one of the best guitar stores in Toronto, if you're also into that. All right, Press Vinyl Cafe. Never been there. 4.7 out of 5. Again, easy to get to. Just jump off the subway at Main Street. I kind of feel like I'm repeating myself. A lot of these stores over here in the East End are just right around the corner from the subway. So if you don't have a car, just maybe get like a day pass or something. Okay. All right. What do we got here? I've never been here, but again, a little bit of a hybrid place. Books, coffee, vinyl. Well, let's see what we got here. It's a little hard to see, isn't it? Looks like some Taylor Swift on the wall. Tyler, the Creator. What's going on? Okay, well, they look like they've got some semi-decent stuff here on the wall. But I'm not seeing too much in the way of jazz, but it's promising, at least. Do you think? I don't know. It looks like there's not a lot there. I've got it saved under Want to Go, and let's hit the reviews and see what's going on. Prices. All right, prices. Great spot. Reasonable prices. Bit of commentary on each price label. I kind of like that. Prices were really very reasonable. Okay, so there seems to be some consensus that Press Vinyl Cafe has good prices. I just don't know what what we're going to see there. Let's see if we have some better picture. It looks quite small, and that looks like it was taken from the other store, didn't it? That's really weird. Wow, it's a weird space in there. Looks almost like a bit of an event space. Okay, well let's keep on going. But I'm gonna say that's a yes, maybe a yes. I'm gonna put that on my list. So I'm gonna say again, that's Press Vinyl Cafe. Again, if you're from Toronto, if you know the city, if you know Press Vinyl Cafe, drop me a note. Let me know what's going on there. So we've hit 3 or 4 stores just going along the Danforth here. Okay, here's another place I've highlighted, and again, we'll see. It's not a record store per se. It's called Treehouse Collectibles. It's a 4.8. There's not a lot of these in Toronto. There's rents are expensive in Toronto. So, I think you see a lot more of these places in the US and elsewhere, but here in Toronto it's not great, but let's have a look. See, they've got records up here at the top. Let's go down and see what we have here. Is that Mazzy there? No. Okay. It's not looking so good, is it? Looks like there's just a whole bunch of plastic. Looks like it's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be 140% more expensive. Did you get that one, you guys? Okay. All right, I'm scrolling. Whoa, there we go. Well, there's a couple things up on the wall. You know what? If I drive by here on the way home, then I'm gonna go and just look. But it looks pretty grim, doesn't it? Treehouse Collectibles. Did I have that? I have it saved, but I'm just gonna say. Sometimes I go home through this way through the brickworks, but I think I'm gonna say I'm gonna give that a pass. Okay, where were we? We were over by Press Vinyl. Now, most of the other places I've got flagged are to the south. This place here, Beach Sound Records and CDs. Never been there. Never, never, never. 4.6. And it looks like it's somewhere in the Bronx or Brooklyn or something like that. This is very un-Canadian. Very un-Canadian to have your store look like a jail. Okay. Looks like there's a lot of CDs. Oh, they might be selling some equipment there. I'm kind of in the market for a new stereo. What else we got here? They got opening times, but there's no closing times. Look. Wow, this is a great stream here, Greg. Oh yeah, okay. There's stuff underneath. I think we need to have a look at the reviews here because the pictures it's 4.6. That's usually pretty good. Anything over 4.5, 4.6 is pretty good. But I also find that a lot of Canadians are so nice. They don't want to leave bad reviews. Only I do that. Okay. So friendly person, friendly owner. Okay, let's check out. Oh no, let's check out selection. There's a good selection. Okay, that's really damn helpful. Thanks. Great selection at a fair price. See, this is kind of what I was hoping, right? That a lot of these places are off the beaten track. They're definitely not downtown. They're a little bit out there. Maybe the people who live in that area, some of the older folks, will drop their stuff off there to get a little bit of money. This is what I'm hoping. The store is the best. The guy's way too chatty. I like chatty guys. All the vinyl's checked and in good shape. Everything is original first. Oh, okay. Everything is original first pressings and reasonably priced considering. Okay, that's 6 years ago. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put that one on my list. I know it looks a little dodgy and kind of, jail like, but let's go and get incarcerated. Shall we? That would be, all right. What else? I think that's it for this kind of far east end of the city. This is nice down here, by the way, the beaches. It's got a real kind of no, I'm not joking here, kind of a California feel down there. It's very West Coast. It's our version of LA. All right. Let's move on over here closer to downtown. You can start to see a couple other things that I've hit. One of the big venues, live music venues in Toronto history. Haven't been there for a while. Godspeed Brewery, great stuff. Okay, Baxter's Vinyl. Let's check it at 4.9. Okay, this is looking promising. Let's look at some photos. Baxter Vinyl looks like it's in an old, kind of industrial area. Okay, all right, we may have a winner here. Let's have a look. What do we got on the wall? Okay, kind of 90s pop. It looks like Uprising, little reggae. It's kind of hard to see stuff in the back. I see some Neil Young back there. What else do you guys see? I'm not seeing any jazz. Oh, no. There's on the corner right at the top, Miles Davis, early 70s release. This looks like it's kind of a new arrivals. Okay, that looks pretty positive, don't you think, folks? Baxter's. All right. Again, if you know anything about Baxter's, let me know. I've never been there. Got some Beatles here. I've got this one. This Cramps. Okay, let's go through and see if we can glean anything else. It looks smallish. Yeah. Looks like there's the owner. And what's behind the owner here? This is where all the good stuff is. Actually, looks like he's got quite a bit of Beatles stuff. And some kind of hard rock. Beatles and hard rock. I'm not sure what I'm going to find here. All right, let's keep on going down. Yeah, again, more Beatles and hard rock. Heavy metal. All right, let's quickly check out Gem. Okay, selection. Let's say best selection in Leslieville, which is a neighborhood within East End of Toronto. It's kind of like, okay, maybe is there any other record stores in Leslieville? Prices were fair. Punk and metal, very good. I like punk. I still I'm looking for a few No Means No LPs and some good old West Coast Canadian punk. Okay, I'm gonna say that's a yes. All right, and then just down the road. So I was just making fun of the comment saying it's it's the best store in Leslieville, but apparently there's another one, and it comes in at 4.7. It looks kind of funky. 63 reviews. All right, what do we got here up on the wall? Oh my, I don't. Harry Styles. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know a lot of stuff. Alexis on Fire. I really don't know a lot of this stuff, which probably means that it's kind of poppy. What else we got? Oh, that looks like there's a little kind of rehearsal space in the back there. Okay, let's have a look at this. Some Nirvana. Okay, a little bit more interesting. Looks like it's a little bit more kind of what? What do you think? Alt pop? I don't know. It's not my usual kind of rare groove jazz, but I like this. Huh? I like this. This is me with LPs sitting down here. I'm drinking a coffee. I'm checking Discogs, and I'm having a good time. And I'm not in a rush. I'm not killing my back. I like that. So you know what I mean? That's comfy. Okay, I'm kind of getting all granular here on you folks, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if I want to stop by. Anyway, if you want to vote, I should have done this live and then people could have voted. It's like, yes, you need to check it out. Reviews, indie. There we go. Cool store. Again, another kind of hybrid store that looks like there's a cafe. You can lounge around. There's private studios in there, cozy. Staff were helpful. I'm gonna drop by. It just looks interesting as a space, don't you think? So I think I'm gonna put that one on my list. Plus, there's some good breweries around here. Not so much that one. Where's the one that I like? Damn, I can't find it. No. So there's a few breweries around here, but I can't find the one. Anyhow, this is Ring Audio is a great place to go to find equipment. So I'm veering off a little bit here, folks, but this is where I got this is where I got my speakers. And it's the best prices in Toronto. Ring Audio. If you're ever in Toronto and you want to check out used vintage audio equipment, 17 Carlaw Avenue. Check it out. And they fixed some of my stuff as well. They fixed it. There it is. Salter Street Brewery. That's a great place. So you can kind of see here, there's a nice tour that you can do. So if you do like I suggested, right here on the drive, if you go along the top here through the Danforth and stop off at all those stores, zoom around Beach Sound in the incarceration store, check out Baxter's Dine Alone store, take some pictures, and then you can kind of end up over here at Salter Street Brewery, have a beer. What do you think? So yeah, so that's the east end of Toronto. How many places am I looking at now then? What did I settle on? I'm gonna have to make a list. I think what I usually do is I usually print the map out, and then I'll write a list of places to stop, and then I'll just put it all in the Google Maps, and run through it in the car through my cell phone, through my smartphone. So yeah, that looks like I've got about 5 places. Nothing looks super great. Maybe I'll look again at Futhark and see if there's any punk there. I'll spare you that. There's some other places that I haven't tagged that were all new things. New things, new LPs, that is. There's a couple stores that were on the Danforth that have closed down. So I think that's about it, folks. I think I'm gonna hit about 5 or 6 places. So let's call this part 1, the virtual record store drive, and then look for part 2 when I take my camera, jump in the car, and go check out each one of these stores. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be able to find some good jazz records, maybe some punk. That's usually what I'm into. Fingers crossed. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave some comments. Tell me if you know any of these stores, and check back soon. Take care, everyone.